Hello there and welcome back to Building the Boys. We now have the much delayed Disney Dolls house for you. I'm sorry it's taken so long, but life's been life, and you know what it is. You always have to do the things you don't want to do before you get to the things you do want to do. So we are going to blitz through these. So I have got up to 94, so these are going to come quite rapid. Now, for 87 to 90, a lot of what we're doing is the tiling for the tower. The turret, the whatever you want to call it, the spire that's going to come on top of Peter Pan's room. It asks you to do something that I'm going to advise you don't do. You don't have to do it my way, but this is the way I'm doing it. So what it advises to do is once you put the tiles on the outer pieces, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we have these pieces here. So these things, there we go, get into the black t-shirt, you can see it better. It asks us to tile these and then glue them to these pieces, which are, let's have a look, these pieces here. It asks us to glue to these, which is fine, because that is what we're going to do, ultimately. But these are all going to go together. So they're going to go together like so, and then and then you have to put little screws in, which is fine, right? However, if you've glued these all over it, getting your hand in there to put those little screws in is not the easiest thing. So what I'm advising you to do is don't glue them yet, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to build this thing completely by the time we get to 90, screw it together so we can go through the sides and whatever we can so we've got easy access to it, and then we're going to glue all these to it so we can line up the tiles perfectly, rather than glue it all up, make sure there's no way of getting to those little screws and causing ourselves a lot of drama. So that is my advice to do. You don't have to take my advice, but that is my advice. That's what I'm going to do. We do pretty much complete the top floor in this one. So we have got, in this issue, we do have the door for Donald and the Little Mermaid's room. In the next one, we'll have the door for Beauty and the Beast and Donald's room. So all of our internal doors are done at that point. There are no more doors to make again, ever in this one, because the only door we haven't installed yet is the door, ironically, we built in issue 1. But we're not installing that to it's about issue 118, I think. So we've got a while to go till we get to that one. The pretty bits in this one are rebuildable. So the decorative item in this one is the lampshade, the light shade for the Frozen room. Once we've done that, that is then the Frozen room complete. There is nothing else to go in the Frozen room. So both the Mickey room and the Frozen room are now complete at this point. There is nothing else to go in them. They're done. And that's going to be the kind of theme we're going to go through these. So as far as I'm aware, the rooms that we now have completely complete are pretty much all of the ground floor with the exception of Alice's room, but I know that the chandelier for that is coming very soon. So we're all making really good progress, we really are. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put the light shade together, I'm going to do the doors, then we're going to move on to the tiling. Now, I know some of you have complained about the tiling and that you want wood. You don't, believe me, because if you were going to do this through wood, it would be a bloody nightmare, it really would. The weight of that roof would be insane. And also to have curved wood, not the easiest thing in the world, trust me. You would be tacking this in with little nails, it would drive you absolutely insane. So trust me on this one. When this is done, it's going to look magnificent. So at this point, when you're looking at it, going, it looks a bit patchy, it's not going to look great, it's just not. Once this is all done and it's all layered and it's all, trust me, it's going to look good. If you have come this far, you are doing amazing, because by the time we finish these 4, we will be 3/4 of the build complete. We are 90 of 120 done, which is absolutely remarkable. So without further ado, I'll stop babbling on. We'll crack this one open. We'll get this lampshade built. We're going to do the door. Then we're going to start on the tiling. Okay, so here is our chandelier for the Frozen room. Now, don't need this bit just yet. We are going to use that, but we don't need that bit just yet. This is the bit we're focusing on. So using your sprue cutter that I advise you all to purchase. That's one of these. If you haven't purchased one, well, that's okay. You can get these out with a blade. I just prefer to use the this tool. So that's that one there. That's that one there. And then here it comes. Right. So these are going to slot into there like so. Now, I was hoping they'd just hold. But they're not gonna. Yeah, they are. Oh, you so don't need to glue those. There is no reason to glue those. You can if you want to, but I think that's overkill. Those fit so snug, there's no reason to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all 6 and make sure that is the case. We don't need to glue them. I'll have a look. Okay, so I've put all 6 in now. Now, the reason why I'm saying I've not glued any of these, right? The reason why I'm saying don't glue it is, look, there's the glue test, right? There's no reason to use glue on this. Those are never coming out. You don't need to glue it. Glue is overkill at this point. It's completely unnecessary. We just don't need it. We just don't. Now, there is a crystal, right. So what we're going to do is this is going to install into the light fitting, and then we're going to, you see the lugs there. Once we're going to twist it, and then we're going to use this one here after the fact. That's going to go in, and we're going to twist that. So I'll bring the house up, we'll get that one installed. Okay, so we're going to install the chandelier here. Nice and simple. We're going to get underneath this light here. Whoop, see, as you can see it. There we go. And then once we're on, we're going to twist and lock it in place. So there we are. Now we're going to put the actual bulb cover on. Okay, same thing. Just going to put a bulb cover on, and we're going to twist it so it locks in. So that should. All right. There we go. So you twist it, you'll feel it lock. And that's locked. Now I'm going to wire this up and see if it works. Okay, so it's wired up. Let's see if I get on if it works. Hey, there we go. Beautiful. Look at that ring it makes on the floor. Isn't that nice? Beautiful. Almost like a snowflake. There you go. Gorgeous. That's everything we got to do construction-wise for this one. We have some pictures to stick to the wall, but other than that, frozen room is now complete. Okay, now we're going to install the door up in Donald and Peter's room. Okay, so that's our lampshade installed. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to build the door for Donald and the... I want to say that's Belle's room, but I don't think it is. That's... No, it's not. That's Peter's room. Right, okay, so this is Peter's door. This is Donald's door. So what we're going to do, these are slightly different doors to the other ones we've done before. So we are going to put a tiny, and I do mean tiny, drop of glue on each of these pins. So let me get my glue, and we'll get that done. Yeah, you haven't got to go mad on this one, you really don't. So it's, these will hold quite nicely. Now, I know a lot of you weren't happy with plastic doors instead of wooden doors that we had in some other ones, but trust me, if you can remember how much of a pain in the proverbial, the little pins on the wooden ones were, we ain't got to contend with that anymore, do you? We can just do this easily now, and they'll go together nicely. We haven't got to worry about cutting out frames or anything like that, making sure it all fits and none of that nonsense. This is a nice, easy way. So that's all glued, and now we're going to pop these two together. Here we go. Let's make sure it's all sandwiched nicely together. As you can see, the pins there now are already in place. No more of those little metal pins that everyone managed to lose. Subsequently, if you do lose a metal pin for your doors, and you're like, oh God, what do I do? Seriously, get a paper clip and trim it, right? Honestly, with a pair of wire cutters or a pair of these snips. Take any paper clip and trim it down, and you're about to make your own pins for those doors. It's not that big a deal. So that's that done. Right, now the other thing we need to do, and we've done this a billion cajillion times now, is door handles. So there's one door handle there, and there's one door handle there. Now, again, I've had people say I put my door handle the wrong way up. Don't matter. Don't matter. Honestly, as I've said before, it's what makes a it's what makes one of these, you know, homemade and not, you know, made by someone else. So, right, we are going to connect these pins. There we go. So, I've just realised I'm making the wrong bloody door. I'm making the completely wrong door. Well, I've done it now. So, it's fine. It's got to be made anyway. So, who cares? Right. So the question is, where's the right door? Because this is definitely not the right door. Right, so that's that one. Let's flip this over. It must have come in last month. We'll find it. We'll do it. It's not a problem. Okay, that's that one there. There's that one there. So you're going to see a repeat of this. Right. There's that one there. Clean that off. There we have it. There is our door complete. But you're going to see this twice. You're going to see this in 2 different videos because I've just made this in video 87. But apparently we're not doing this till 88, which is just bloody weird. Why is that then? That is incredibly unusual. Oh. I've got the wrong door. I've got the wrong door. They've sent me the wrong door. Look at that. Now, I'm hoping that when I open the other packet, I don't have this one in there. They've sent me the wrong goddamn door. Let's have a look. So I'm, of course, talking complete and total crap. I've already got the door. I've just built the wrong one out of sequence. Well, it's built now. So there you go. So in 88, I ain't got built that door. It's already done. Just a very bizarre way of doing this. So we're going to build another door. We're going to build this one here. Right. There we go. It says all double-sided. We're going to need that as well. So as you can see, these already come together, and you can feel they're quite firm anyway. So that's why I'm saying don't go mad on the glue on these. Let me get this one glued up and get this one together. Okay, so that's that one glued together. Now the confusion's over. We are going to put two of the door handles on here. So this is actually the last door I'll ever build. So it's because I've done it out of sequence. But it's very confusing. If you see what it says comes in next, the next issue, it says this door comes in the next issue when it doesn't, which is where the confusion came from. Then you add in, it's been bloody ages since I did this. I'd completely forgotten we'd received that door. Right, it says one in. There we go. I'm going to turn this one over. I'm going to put one more in. But I'm leaving it in. I'll leave it all in the video. The reason why is because, as I've been saying from the beginning, you know, I make mistakes as well, you know. So if you ever make mistakes, you're like, oh, God, I've done it wrong. Well, we all do, you know. So I just like to leave mine in so you can see that, you know, you're not the only one that makes mistakes. We all do. There we go. So that's that one done. Now we are going to install this, and we're going to need the frame to do that. So we've got these 2 frame pieces here. Those are going to go in. So the way this is going to work is we're going to put one of these in. Then we're going to put the door in, and then we're going to sandwich from the other side. So bring the house up, and we will get that done. So we slotted the door in with the frame. So we're going to put the door into the frame first. Then you slot it in this side of Peter's room there, and then we're going to come back round. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put some glue on each of these little tabs here, and then we are going to take the adjacent frame, the blue frame there, and we're going to marry them together. So we're going to do that now, see if we have any problems, see how it looks. There we go. That is that door in. Simple enough. When you do this, open your doors. I mean, it's stiff as hell. That is a stiff door, but stiff's good. When you do this, open your door up so you can see the bottom. If the bottom is marrying up and the top is marrying up, as you can see there, you're good. But that is a stiff door. I'm going to leave it open whilst the glue dries. What I don't want is I glue the door gluing shut. That'd be terrible. But it's a bloody stiff door. It does open the other way, but it's a stiff door. But it'll loosen up. It'll loosen up, it's cool. That is it for this one. Now we are moving on to the roofing. We are going to be coming back next issue, I believe, to put, there you go, glue in a giant orange rag, to put this door in. But then we're pretty much done with Donald's room. We've obviously got the window at the back to go in, and clearly it needs a ceiling. But other than that, we're pretty much good. I mean, even though this is part of Donald's room, it's when we're working on the back of the house, and that is going in soon. Let's move on to the tiling. Okay, so now we've done that, but we can put the house away, and we are going to start our work on tiling. Now we are going to need the bits that came in 86. It's always confusing when they do this. They give a load of parts in 86, and then the parts in this one you're not using, you use them on some last issue. This is the one from 86. This is just the straight triangle sort of Christmas tree looking piece. That's where you want it, and we want these grooves on the outside, not on the inside. Grooves on the outside. That makes sense? So that's the way you want it. Right. Now, you'd think, so is it just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? No, because that would make perfect sense if they did it that way. No, that's not how we're doing it. We're doing it the most random ass way you can imagine. So we are using what they are calling tiles A. Now, these are the paler of the 2. I'll bring up, these are the ones that came in 86. So as you can see, even though they're the same shapes, these ones here are darker than these ones. So you want the lighter ones to begin with. That's what we're going for. So lighter is what we're going for. So what we're going to do is using the double-sided tape, just put this out, right. So using this tape here, what we are going to do is we are going to cut lengths of this tape and we're going to stick them along these panels. So I'm going to get that all taped up. So I'll leave the backing on the tape so you can see exactly how it's going to go. And then we're going to go through the sequence of what we need to do for the tiling. So to begin with, this is the smaller of the pieces. Now you receive this in 86. It's going to go on this frame eventually. Now you can see this is ridged. So you can test fit it to make sure you go in the right way. So you can see the ridges sit against it quite nicely. And that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to get this one taped up. Then we're going to go through the sequence. Okay, so this is how you should now be looking. What we're going to do is we're going to take panel 9. Now again, you'd think, well, why don't they do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Well, because, you know, that would make life easy, wouldn't it? They don't do that for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the backing paper off the bottom strip here. Now, don't worry about overhang because you are going to trim, but we're going to get this as central as we can. So this one is going to fit on here as centrally as we can possibly get it. When we are essentially free-handed. There we go. That's that one on. Now we're going to get number 10. Test fit it first, see where you're going. Now you want it, according to this, like that. So these bumps line up with the ridges. Does that make sense? So we're going to pop that one on. And then this is all being trimmed off in a minute. So let's get that one stuck in. You don't have to worry about overhang or anything like that, because we are trimming these down. So let's get this where it needs to go, which is like so. Whoop, it's nice and straight. There we have it. Now, this is where you can trim it all off. So all that overhang, all that excess is coming off now. So that's going to turn the roof panel over and use scissors to cut away the overhanging edges of tiles 10 and 9. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So we'll turn this one over, taking our scissors, get them right close to the edge. We're going to trim down. There we go. So that comes off. Is that the same thing here? Oh, yeah, that would be a bad idea. I want the guide. There we go there. And then... Okay, so get rid of that. There's going to be a lot of waste material here. There we go. And that's how we are now looking. Lovely stuff. Okay, so that's exactly where we need to be. Now, they have got a guide of where these go. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So it is kind of in sequence. It's just not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is weird. But so we are going in sequence. So I mean, that is, you know, our sequence just starts at 9 for some reason. And we're going all the way up. So we're going to do that. And then I will show you the last little bit at the end. Now I have put, as it said, on the top 3, there's a double strip of adhesive because I think it needs to hold a lot more wider pieces, which I can see it does. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to get this one all taped up. And then I'm going to show you the trim. So this is our first one done. Completely buggered mine up when I missed 17 and had to rejig the sequence. But you know what? Looks fine. Happy with it. We're going to do another one. So we are going to be using... Right. Roof panel B. Okay, let's find roof panel B. Roof panel B is one with a window section cut out of it. And it will be this one here. So I believe that's roof panel B. Is that the one we're working with? Yes, it is. So it'll be this one that we're working with. Now, again, we can test fit this. So we can test fit this one here to make sure it is the right one we're working with, because it will sit snug against, there you go, sit snug against the frame. So that should make life easier when it comes to actually install this thing to the frame. So what we're going to do is, again, I'm going to tape it up and we are going to begin the sequence. Okay, so that's our 2 panels complete. That's it. That's all tiled, all done. They're looking lovely. Now, what would happen at this stage is we would take this one and we would glue it into there. And we would take this one and we would glue it into here, like so. So that's where we're going to be going. But I'm not doing that. You can. You can. I'm not saying don't do it. But something tells me screwing this thing together is going to be a bloody nightmare if you can't get to it. However, if those panels aren't in there, it's going to be a lot easier. So I'm leaving it to the end. I'm leaving it until we built this thing completely. Then I'm going to glue the panels to it. That's how I'm choosing to do mine. You don't have to, but that's how I'm choosing to do mine. Let's have a chat. So there is 87 complete. I made a couple of mistakes. So I mean, like, the door was bloody confusing. It's like, even if you look, here we go. So this is 87. So if you look what it tells you get in the next one, I glance at it and go, okay, that's what's coming next. And it's a door we've already got. Because it says door panels coming in 88. They don't come in 88. We've already got them. We've got them in this one. So it just kind of threw me completely. But it is what it is, you know. So yeah, the door was confusing. I've built the door now. So it's done. And then when it comes to the tiling, so I missed a sequence. I missed 17. And I'm like, crap. So I had to kind of, so mine are out of sequence. But looking at them, it's made little to no difference, you know? So if you do that, don't worry about it. And as I've said it before, this is a handmade thing. So if its imperfections are what make it perfect, you know, because you made it yourself. So if you go wrong, yeah, you go wrong. It's nothing major. Who cares? I am choosing to, as I said, I'm not sticking this thing to the end, because something tells me that's going to be a bloody nightmare to put together if all the panels are on it. If the panels aren't on it, I reckon it'll be quite easy to put together, because you can go through from different angles with a screwdriver to put the screws in. There is no way I'm getting these meat hooks of mine into this tiny little thing. It's not going to happen. I can't do it. My hands are way too big. I cannot get my hand in that tiny little, can't do it. However, if I can come in through the side, easy, right? So that's what I'm going to do. We will be back very, very soon with issue 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, and 94, because I'm going all the way on these ones. So I'm just having a marathon session. Well, there is one piece as well that, see this piece here? You're thinking, what's that for? You need this, right? So don't go throwing that away. Hold on to that. You definitely need this little ring, because at the end, that's going to sit on top and it's going to hold all this together properly. That's it for this one. I'll be back very, very, very soon, like I said, with the next one. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice. And I will see you very, very soon for more from the Disney Dolls. That's more from Bill with the Boys. Take care, and I'll see you then.